All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Homestead Sunday, hanging with the homies. I expect we'll be having some people jump over here. See there. It took a minute. I see the little eyeball. Yep, there's somebody's in. But anyway, yeah, welcome into Sunday night, Homestead Sunday, hanging with the homies on the Farm2Table Show. We are filling in for Red Dirt Rooster Road. This is Sunday number 2 for that, and so if all goes well, they will be back next Sunday um, for back in their normal spot, and we'll be back to being just commentators and all that stuff in the sidelines. But
Right.
anyway,
The
giving
heck,
every
the heckler crowd.
yeah, back with the heckler crowd, hanging out with Scotty, heckling everybody. But anyway, so hopefully people will be joining in. We'll give it a few more minutes and see what happens before we uh, get to everything, give everybody time to move over. There's Joey Bartlett. There's Scotty. Scotty, thanks for coming in and getting things in order for us. And while we were goofing off, there's Rebecca, touched by yarn. All right, everybody's starting to kind of come on over from Dyer Family Farm and other places, and so we'll give everybody a few minutes while we hang out here. Y'all were seeing Keith if you were watching. Hey, Robbie, how's it going, buddy? Wild Huckleberry. And if you were hanging with Dyer, you got to get into one of them. Hey, there's John. Glad to see John. There's Chris. Good to see you all in there. Uh, anyway, y'all got to see Keith and Jack in discussion about YouTube and camera switches and all kinds of behind the scenes stuff. So there's Monty. Good evening. And hey, there Dakota and Shayla. Whichever one of you two is on. But anyway, so yeah, good evening, guys. Well, I tell you, it has. We'll go ahead and kind of get going. It has been quite a week. We've, and of course, the live chat starting to roll over there. We appreciate that. Tonight's topics, we're kind of going to recap some of our week, talk a little bit about YouTube and community growth, talk a little bit about the rendezvous and the expos, and hang out and see what comes up out of this deal. But anyway, I'd like to remind everybody to like, to share. Of course, get in the chat. And there's Jack Dyer. Good to see you in there, buddy. And get in, be active in the chat. And, here in a little while, I don't know how we, Sean said Jack was long winded. Anyway, hey, there's Janae, Tuesdays with Joy. Janae coming in from Dyer Family Farm. Good to see y'all. Troy Sutton. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Good to see you in. And but anyway, we're gonna kind of hang out like we have been doing. We'll keep it, kind of try to keep it light, have a little bit of fun, not dig too far off in the weeds tonight. And there's Tracy and Tim. Good seeing you as well.
I'm flicking out if I can't go into the weeds somewhere.
Well, we're going to have it. It's going to happen. Uh, but anyway, so good to see everybody there. Uh, anyway, we are kind of catch up. I guess it's been kind of a crazy week. I know for the Farm2Table Show, getting things going. We're laughing at some of the chat stuff and some of the things going on there.
Just my jacket, Keith.
Yeah. Where's your Aladdin pants? That's all I want to know.
Oh, where's your Aladdin pants, girl?
Yeah. But anyway, man, I guess this last week, of course, was the main thing was really kind of just getting into land and land management and regenerative ranching and all of that stuff, and playing a lot of our interview with help me here. Wow. Greg Judy.
Yeah, Greg Judy. All right.
And then we had our friends with Air to Ground Farms on Saturday morning. I don't have to be in early for once. That's why y'all get me this week. I took tomorrow off. Still got to be up a little early, but we got to run. We're running up to Northwest Arkansas tomorrow. But anyway, so you had both channels watching us. Oh no, we got two people watching.
Barrel, man.
I'm telling you,
both 6-shooters.
Bro, what's your thoughts on this last week? It was kind of, I know you were working your tail off on that end.
It was, something really interesting for the people out there who have channels that they know the struggle of, post editing, which is probably most of you. We put out 5 shorts we put out 5 regular videos, and we put out a live on Saturday morning. And bro, if you don't mind me sharing this journey that we went on this
Right.
week, and we were scratching our heads. Now, we had one short that went over 31,000 views
Yep.
and racked up,
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
right, and it gave us 80 watch time hours.
Right. Oh, and let me see. Hang on here. Even better than that. You keep on going. You keep on going.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Gave us at least 80 watch time hours, I believe. And then I found out that those watch time hours do not count against our 4,000 watch time hours.
yeah, very upsetting.
Anybody's got any information that over in the chat? I was brokenhearted, but it did work very well with bringing up the sub numbers.
Right. Absolutely did. And, so say we had 17 subscribers off of that one video, and which, that's awesome for us. Awesome. And yeah, I'm showing 30,000, 949. So 31,000, somewhere in that window. I knew we were, of course, mine may not be up to date. I'm on my cell phone. So that kind of,
All
does
right.
its thing. But yeah, let's see, where am I at here? 940 subscribers. Uh, I,
Yeah. At the beginning of the week, we were right at 900, weren't we?
I can't remember where we were at, but I know that, like I said, we got. Anyway, hey, good morning there, Shane and y'all guys over there at Farm All and Fords. Yeah, how y'all guys doing? And let's see, yeah, wow, okay, got a lot going on in the chat over there. Let's see. Let me see. Check your pocket. Check your pockets. Doug's making the rounds. All right.
All right.
Uh, So you have 3 likes from me. Awesome. Thank you, Doug. Thank you there, Doug, aka Scott T. Heathstead, social media and being monetized is so complicated across the board. Yeah, no doubt.
And so,
And
yeah, I just wanted to put up there, Monty
yeah,
had doubled down on what I said. They're different. They're counted separately, and so that's very sad.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're happy to get it either way. And
Oh yeah.
the funny thing about it is, and I know we're in YouTube University along with a lot of people here, and we're in that universe talking about it when some of you guys may not be interested in this
Yeah.
at all. But
Yeah, let me answer without typing it. I'm going to answer Dakota and them over on Fear Not to Ask Which video. It was our short, Land Disappearing, the Impact of Houses and Mowing. That was the short that
mhm.
got all that in there. And yeah, it did really well. 116% views. So people were watching it over, and 498 likes I'm showing. So, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it was, and a lot of comments. Oh my gosh, it opened up the comments. So, but anyway,
Oh, Monkey. Who is Lost Monkey, by the way? It
oh,
must be.
that Bongo. Oh, that, who that is.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right.
yeah, it's yeah, and as I said, yeah, the short counts. They monetize it different, and so yeah, it counts different. But for us, I mean, that stinks on that side to lose those watch hours. But as far as on our main count, but the activity around the channel, the sub growth, the all the stuff, and our watch hours have jumped up tremendously this week. So it was definitely a positive week uh, you know, for our channel, no doubt about it. And and it's thanks to a lot of y'all guys, all of y'all guys, in fact, that join us and come in and hang out, and that we do all that. We get that, and so it's very
Okay.
appreciated. Uh huh.
I got to take this one by Monty again
Oh, okay.
because
Yeah.
it was leading into something that I was going to say, and I don't mean
Yeah.
to be skipping any.
No, go right ahead. Get on it. Get on it.
That hooked me pretty quick. He said,
Yeah.
also, shorts seem to work against long form viewing. People who watch and subscribe because of shorts aren't necessarily long form viewers, right? Not to discourage shorts. I still post them too. Okay, so I got a
Hey,
question.
Okies Eden, welcome in. How you doing, bud? Glad
But
to have you in. Go ahead, bro, with your point.
okay, because um, um, we noticed we put out 5 videos this week, just regular videos, and 5 shorts. And it seemed like our regular videos, which normally they don't go gangbusters,
Yeah.
but it was just like crickets on the regular ones.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. It definitely dropped off. And I was having that conversation when I was on the phone with Air to Ground.
Yeah.
About the chat and that video and everything. And yeah, they straight up illustrated. Listen, that is two separate groups of people uh, on the shorts and um, on the long form videos and that type of thing. Totally different groups of people respond differently. Everything, their chat, their conversation is different. But I mean, I I like. For me, I enjoyed the interaction from the folks um, in the chat or in the comments on the short, because it was outside of the normal. It was outside of the echo chamber, if you will. It was people we've never seen before. Some of the comments I can't repeat on the air, but some of them were really constructive, were really good, and there was back and forth dialogue. They were commenting on each other's, and that's the activity that also helps drive that machine. Is all the likes and comments and all that different stuff going on helps drive the activity. And we went through about 72 hours of that video just jumping, and so that short. And so hey, it's helping the channel reach out, so it's good.
And I want to say that it was a topic that when I looked at it, I'm thinking, why that one? Because sometimes when I put things on, I'm thinking if anything has a chance, this one does, because it's about X.
Right.
And then we put that one on, and you're like, what did people find interesting about that enough?
It didn't even seem that controversial to us.
I mean, what's so controversial about it, really? But anyway, I digress. I did want to ask people over in chat, if you guys had any experiences. What was your biggest win this week in social media? I'd like to know that.
Absolutely.
Out of all these channels that
Yeah, I'm gonna show Dakota said he can't get more than 100 views on shorts, and we went through a long period of that. We had a lot of that stuff where it did the same thing. Now this week, this last week and a half or so, I mean, 1,100, 1,500, pretty consistent, but and that's okay. And then let's see. Jack said he currently putting out 7 shorts, 3 long form, and 1 live at a minimum. So um, just as busy. And so, there, Ed, I read that this time. I read it a little bit. We're coming to you from the last free state of Oklahoma. So you are in state with us, Ed. And if you're in for a visit or otherwise, I don't want to get too personal. I'm, been praying for you and for your family situation. And so I hope it's not, but anyway, I will be, and I'll get a hold of you tomorrow, Ed. When I know we've got more time, I'll give you a call. We can talk about what it is you wanted to talk about. Let's see, John. I had some long forms recently that were low on views. I think that's common. Now, Janae says there is a YouTube channel that has less than 3 videos and has millions of subs and watch hours. How does that even work? What are they?
They got the secret sauce, man. I don't know.
Hey, Serena Norrell. I almost said Norrell. How you doing? I'm waiting for the joke, Serena. All right, there it is.
There it is. Huh?
Yep, she didn't waste no time. Why was the garden haunted? Because of all the ghost peppers.
That would haunt me at night if I had a ghost pepper. I tell you that.
Hey, there's Brother Scott coming to you live from Pomodoros Italian Food. Squatches love Italian food tonight.
You dog.
Listen, all I see is pictures of him eating down there. He's going to be big as a house. We can't afford to feed you that way, man. I mean, but anyway.
By the way, he's going to be coming in toward the end of this month.
Yeah. Monty said, I've also know short viewers love weird topics. They were weird people, but my shorts about small hive beetles do great. Also, one was just 12 seconds of a bumblebee on a beehive did well. I could see that. Biggest win. Oh, Jack, biggest win this week, posting everything on time. Bro, how you feel about that one?
I mean, That's awesome. I mean, you feel accomplished, but I feel accomplished and exhausted.
Right.
Absolutely mentally exhausted after having that much stuff because when you've got so much material to go through, we're still trying to catch up with those arts.
Anyway, well, Janae, have a good night, and thanks for leaving it running.
Yeah,
Go take
thank
care of
you.
go take care of Mama. I know it's a little bit later out there on the East Coast. Hello, Duncan Family Farm. Glad to see y'all back in from the rounds of church and making the travel.
Yep, and Greg, I haven't forgot. I'm going to give you a call soon. Uh, we're going to be drinking coffee on the front porch very soon.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Let me go back up. There was something. Oh, Serena. Her jokes crack me up. If you have squash bugs, plant mustard in the area where you have them. Oh, wait, hang on. If you have squash bugs, plant mustard in the area where you have them and where you plan to plant squash next year. Mustard is a biofumigant and kills squash bug eggs and larvae in the soil. Wow. Tip of the day right there.
There
All
you
right.
go. We got
Tip,
the tip of the
tip
day.
of the day. Thank you, Serena.
Put that in the checkoff box.
No kidding, right? Good thing because I didn't have one written down.
Right.
Let's see. Let's see. I've
Back up.
seen first video take off. Let's see. What's Troy say? Uh, oh, okay. Troy, I like this. Troy. I have to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks for the knowledge and spiritual support. Absolutely, buddy. He actually lost 10 pounds. Gail's working it off of you, huh? As Scott. Actually, you know what? Let me do something. Let me put this in the overlay. People can see it over there that way because since we got multiple streams going on. But
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that.
anyway, um,
And also, we asked people to post their wins, and so is this John? I believe.
yeah, that's Sean.
Okay, he said,
Reason I short
yeah,
13,000. Awesome.
yeah, that's
Um,
great.
uh, let's see. Oh, Dakota. Just read a bunch of the comments. They say all say people are growing food on the small acres, but I see way more that don't than do. Homesteading and farming is tough. Most quit and fall away.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, there's that.
yeah, I would. I won't even argue with you. And yeah, like I said, some of the comments were, you read them and you go on. Great. Hey, a couple of them actually, we've had some comments on some different videos that got our attention. So yeah.
Hey, for
Uh,
those of you who haven't done it yet or considering doing this, I mean, as far as homesteading, you
mhm,
know, I've always been a proponent of, start where you are and just grow it slowly so you get into everything and you learn, right?
right.
Well, this live that we had with Rich and Shelly from Air to Born or Air to Ground channel last week,
Right.
they went in all at once, and I mean they dropped a ton into animals, the farm. I think it was 160 acres, wasn't it?
They've got 160 acres, and I think what they said, I forget how many they said were pasture. But it's quite a bit because they rotational graze and they've got multiple livestock forms, and you know they they invested and grew fast. And so, I mean, that's a big deal. I want to go back up here. Okies Eden says, I'm in southern Oklahoma. Well, another Okie in the house. But
Southern Oklahoma. What
yeah,
part of Southern
Keith is over on the eastern side of Oklahoma,
Oklahoma?
southeastern, eastern, and I'm in western Arkansas and the foothills of the Ozarks. So, anyway, or actually technically in the Ozarks, Ozark National Forest is at the end of my driveway. So, but anyway, let's see.
All right.
Robbie, Robbie said his best long form video ever got over 15,000 views. Unfortunately, that was like 2 years ago. We got one of them.
Yeah,
Uh,
11,000 on
yeah.
form.
Let's see. Serena, one more joke from Serena. How do you turn a fruit into a vegetable? Throw a watermelon up in the air and it will come down squash.
This is true.
It's very true.
Clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we're all in somewhere south. Everybody's giving them going all in might work better for people with military discipline. Yeah, I think that's what Robbie said. That's what Monty said, and I agree. They are probably very unique in their approach.
Yeah.
And they started out just wanting to grow food for themselves. It had nothing to do with, you know, the commercial side, but they quickly got into that. And it was a great interview with them. It was cool to meet them up at Ozarks. That was a cool, you know, cool to meet him. Met them actually uh, over talking to Kevin and Sarah from Living Traditions, and they were hanging out at their booth because they're friends and had a place to have some shade. And that's how we met them and got to chatting. And they had product out there for sale, and the name was catchy, so we had to know. And then I got part of their story, and so we, and uh, I want to read that here in a minute. Let me tell you right now, I don't think that the way to do it is to start out with everything. Most people would agree with you, Dakota. Let's see. That's what I'm going to go ahead and share whatever. Instead of me reading, the only other way to do it is start out with everything. Most would agree, and I probably would agree. I couldn't do it that way.
Man.
Military or discipline or not, but I'm going to show this one. Took a poll. 100% of the people were angry when the tent collapsed. Yeah. Might be the only 100% poll we ever see.
Oh, what is your name, Okie?
Yeah. What's your first name? You don't got to give us your whole name.
All of our names in Okie.
Yeah. What's your first name?
Yeah. So there's nowhere that.
Let's see. Jack, I got 105,000 views on one of my live streams, but no credit for watch hours because it was more than 12 hours long. Interesting.
Oh, wow. If you would have cut it off like at the 11
hour, maybe. I wonder. That's interesting.
Was that one of your hatch videos, Jack?
Yeah.
Let us know. And let's see. Did you pick up Robbie's?
I don't know which one. The last I saw of Robbie's was about how many videos? 15,000. Yeah.
15,000. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. I want to make sure.
If you got a sum of cash, jump all in. But if you're working in town to keep things afoot, get a couple things for each man. Yeah, and and that is one thing that even they said. They recognize most people have to work off the farm or have to work off the homestead. But he has military retirement, and so that allowed them their. And I think they may have sold out. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't ask. Not my business. But I know they lived in a camper for 15 months. I mean, they built their house, and I don't know all their details. I just know they said they were debt free. So I mean, that frees you up a lot of different pieces when you're not having to spend those hours at a job, and then come home and try to do it. But let's see. Robbie said, started with chickens, eventually got goats, then rabbits, then cows. Couldn't have started with all these animals. And now listen, they started with a lot smaller numbers than what they have now.
Yeah, they worked their way up to it. I think there are 1,000-something chickens now.
Yeah, they had 1,500 meat birds, I think, last year.
Meat birds
currently they had their head count. I mean, they run a large because they sell the meat. They're USDA inspected. They sell. They can ship nationwide. So I mean, they've expanded their operation over a 4-year, 5-year period. So that makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay. Jack said yes, it was.
Hatch video. Apparently, if I would have stopped at 11 and a half, I would have gotten all the watch hours. Now that's a ripoff. That's a flat ripoff right there. that just goes into the YouTube conspiracy theory right there. So, YouTube's against
reality of it.
Yeah. But man, wow, we've covered a few topics, a little bit of video stuff, and then also farm, homestead stuff and what people are doing. So I mean, hey, I like it when I ain't got to think too hard. That's good. What is Dracula's favorite fruit? Blood orange. For those on the Facebook who don't get to see that, I'll put that up. What is Dracula's favorite fruit?
Right.
Blood orange. Yeah, that's too funny. John said they started with 4 hens, and now we have 4 hens and a dog. That's the way to do it right there, John. Slow and easy. I've got cats and a dog. I had a goat for about 2 hours. It jumped the fence and either became coyote bait or somebody got a free goat. But that was a few years ago.
Yeah. So I want to talk about something else. And
okay.
You haven't heard this yet either.
Oh no!
Hey, first I want to ask
breaking news. Anyway,
breaking news. So here's what I got.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you get your hopes up because you thought you found a really great deal, only to find out that the details made it not such a great deal.
Oh no, not what you were working on today.
Yeah, it was partially that, but not.
Oh,
No, we'll talk about a little bit of that in a moment. But what it was is my brother Scott.
uh-huh.
He's
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's if he's still in there,
I
he's
don't know if he's
coming
still.
up toward the end of the month, and we were looking at airline stuff, um, and he had this deal through Frontier, right? So he pays a certain amount of money, and it gives him these great deals through Frontier. I was going to have to pick him up in Oklahoma, I mean in Tulsa, but he was getting from Houston to Tulsa for like $95
Right.
round
Crazy.
trip tickets. And I thought, why you got such a good deal with all of that? Well, and he said, "Well, do you want me to do that?" I'm saying, "Yeah, I'll pay that extra $100 to re-up your Frontier program stuff, whatever that is."
Ooh,
Because he said we could get that. Uh, he said I can have up to 7 people on that same flight. I said, "Oh, really?" And so, I mean, I was, my brain was like, "Yeah, I'm all about that." And then come to find out, one of those was that he had to go to another airport, stay 24 hours, and then come back to Tulsa. Then the best one he could find was a 9-hour layover in Tulsa. And I said, okay, yeah, that ain't working for me. But for the ones it does work on, that doesn't make you lay over anywhere, that's amazing. That's really amazing. And so he'll at least still have that when he goes back to Charlotte. So yeah, this is what I was talking to you about earlier.
oh yeah,
You know,
all the stuff. So
now
did it work out cool?
not so
No, not as cool as it started.
not as cool as it started. I mean, I got an okay deal. I'll be picking him up in Fayetteville or
Oh, okay.
whichever one.
Look at it. Look at Jack on this. Look at this. Look at this. Have 2 round trip tickets to Anchorage for $22.50 over Thanksgiving, and
What?
that's total for both tickets.
Both tickets, round trip.
$22.50.
Okay, we need to talk.
How did you pull that off?
It must be credit card hours or something
I mean,
like
no kidding. Frequent flyer
that.
miles. I mean, what, you know, county employee discount. I mean, what? Good grief. Uh,
Yeah, so if anybody's got a way around some of these high tickets, we're flying Scott up here shortly,
yeah,
and um, but why? Why are we flying Scott up, bro?
very important. Very important changes happening behind the scenes. Um, uh, with the Farm to Table Show, with how our live production is going on site at the expos and the rendezvous and stuff like that. It's going to look. Y'all got a little glimpse of it at rendezvous, just a tiny little glimpse
Yeah,
of the new things. But anyway, so that's what Scott's coming up is to help us work on our production trailer
a production trailer,
so
right?
that we can build everything that Mr. P does. Um, inside that trailer. Everything will stay stationary mounted. It's going to save us hours on setup and tear down, as
Yeah.
well as protect our equipment. Um,
Well, not only that, but just about any time you tear something down and put it back up, it don't always go back the same way.
no,
Right? And I mean, there's that, and then you always have like bending cables or little things that can go wrong when disconnecting and reconnecting things, and so that'll eliminate that
right.
for the most part. And then for the rest of what we do, almost for the rest of what we do, is mostly we broadcast through the air. It's kind of a Wi-Fi type signal.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a is it a Wi-Fi signal? I forget.
Well,
It's
now which part you talking about? The you talking about the antennas on the? Oh,
right.
now, I
Yeah,
don't know if that's Wi-Fi. I think that may be and that may be just a direct like radio
be
frequency.
an RF, maybe
Yeah.
something
So,
like that.
um,
So, our cameras send it through the air to the switcher, and that's both audio and video. And so there's not a lot of things that
cables and wire.
cables and wires and things like that. And so, we're just trying to get it so that is probably not eliminated, but it's at the very least much more Uh, and yeah, I found that interesting. You ain't catching me flying no more.
Huh. Yeah,
Okay, you
I
know,
don't know.
and I'm not sure, but
Jack said 50,000 air miles, and and Scotty's good reply was that hot air miles.
oh man, he could fly free
Uh,
forever with that.
but
Sorry, Jack. I'm just kidding, man. Sorry, he's bigger than me. What am I doing?
anyway, no kidding, right?
Yeah,
Anyway, says he can't get those deals going to South Dakota though. So, oh,
I bet you can't.
so say, do they even have an airport up there? I mean, what do they do? I thought they like, anyway. But anyway, yeah, it's okay. Hey Jack, you have a great week as well, and um, we'll catch you out there, and yeah, you have a great week, man. Good hanging out with you on your live, and for Keith and I was in the chat, and y'all guys check out Daily Bible and Coffee with Jack.
Yeah,
If you don't want to get up at 4 a.m., that's fine, and watch it on the replay later.
replay
Uh,
crew.
and so that's another one. And then, yeah, of course, Dyer Family Farm. Check them out. You got the hatching videos and everything else. So anyway, go check them out. But anyway, so we'll see you, Jack. Thanks for being in. That's the problem with South Dakota. There's no major airports close to where we.
I flew in there a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got to hear that. We got to follow this up. When the food airplanes have ashtrays, and the new ones literally fall apart in the sky, and female pilots land them upside down. Oh, good. When the good airplanes have ashtrays, and the new ones literally fall apart in the sky, and I'm upside down. I mean, hey, so yeah, 4:30 a.m. on Bible and Coffee with Jack. He usually tries to get the weather report out before that. So Jack is a early bird to say the least. But anyway, and so when people tell me that we start early, we used to start early, I was like, no, there's a guy that beats us. But
So did you
anyway,
see that Elder Squatch came in?
yeah, Elder Squatch is in the house. I did see that. Hey, good to see him hanging out with us. Got a lot. He's excited to get things rolling. So yeah, we are too. Got got some stuff happening in the Squatch community that we're going to be bringing forth going forward in the
All right.
Farm
So
to Table
Scott's
Show.
coming up to help us with the trailer, but
Yeah,
Elder Squatch
yeah,
is
he's
coming to help us with something else, and I'll leave it there. Okay.
yeah. That's an altogether different thing. It's just something new and exciting. You know, uh, and
Yes, Serena, that is
yes,
4:30 Central Standard Time. She was asking,
yeah, uh,
about Jack's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I went ahead and answered it in the chat. So, um, but anyway, so yeah, so that's new and exciting coming up, and man, I guess that's the big. We talked about that, yeah, man. We talked about all that. We're on track. Anyway, man, what about rendezvous and expo and all that stuff? We got the schedule is full going forward, man.
Here's what we're looking for out of chat. If
Mhm.
there's any of you guys that are out there that's got ideas about promotional, we know about social media, and obviously, um, we're trying to do our best to come up with ways to get the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous promoted uh, even more, and it's not too early to start it. We've already talked about that. But if you guys have got some ideas, contact us. If you guys don't know how to contact us, you can email us. And our email, of course, is listed on our page on
Yeah,
YouTube and also on Facebook.
Facebook.
And so you can find us that way and then shoot us an email if you guys have had any experience in the past and got any good ideas. I've had some experience with promotionals back in the day.
Yeah,
We used to bring in musical groups to a local venue here. And one of the philosophies we've had is never let the talent stand alone.
yeah,
And so we would come up with all types of things that would give DJs something to play with, that really made it exciting. And then plus we offered, some side attractions, but anyway, those days are gone.
Yeah.
But um, but yeah, that's something that I kind of wanted to talk about. If anybody's got any good ideas about that,
Yeah.
trying to get in front of a group of people.
Right. And it is a challenge, I mean, um, we've all there was a lot of conversation a couple of weeks ago on Dyer Family Farm about rendezvous, and the statement was made that we have everything. We've got quality speakers,
Mhm,
we got quality vendors,
mhm.
we had great food, we got a great facility. Um,
Yeah,
we got people involved. We've got a lot of things going on, sponsors, some sponsors on board. I'm sure that I'm sure. Hey, Donald and Lisa, glad to see you there, Money Pit. Um, and I am, I'm sure that Chris would be the first to chime in and say, yes, we need more. But the one thing we were missing, I say missing, we could use more of
much more.
uh,
Yeah,
is boots on the ground, people involved, people coming.
yeah.
Good turnout first year, good turnout this year. And definitely, the vendor selection was varied quite well, and the classrooms were the right size. There was just a lot of good, positive things there. And there's ideas out there floating around. A lot of people have shared them on ways to expand or make it better. And I think, we need to be open to that. And I know Chris is, she's open to help, but, you know, and open to ideas. But yeah, getting the word out. And, Southeast Oklahoma is, it's kind of in that area where there's, McAllister's there. There's just, how shall we say this? It, city wise, it gets real sparse down there. Is a good way to put that. You got McAllister, you got Atoka, you got some of those that are all on that route to Dallas. So you get a lot of people up and down that 4-lane highway going through McAllister, traveling to and from Dallas.
Yeah, the traffic count is great.
And so a lot of opportunities there. And I know Chris and everybody involved wants to establish that as a great event, a rendezvous, a different kind of vibe, you might say, than some of the other places, but at the same time, a lot of fun. We have a blast when we go down there hanging out with our friends and meeting new people. And it's more help first. Absolutely. Volunteers are, what is the link for that event? We'll get it for you. Hang on just a second. Dakota said more help first. Yes. Volunteers are always needed. And that's, and then of course Dakota said a speaker that will draw in people as well. So and that's something I don't disagree with. We've talked about quite a bit. So and you finding that link, bro?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
Okay. Um,
I'm gonna give the Facebook one.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, it is the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. It is on Facebook under that name. And of course, you can find it on the Google machine as well. But, I'll get to the dates later. But anyway, I've got those in there. And, that's the thing Keith and I have discussed as well, something he mentioned. And, that we've talked about. He mentioned this idea, and it's something he and I have tried to. There it is. Okay, there is the link in the chat to the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous link. Uh, uh, okay, Robbie, this is good for you right here. I'm going to put that up there for you. It's getting known in the Carolinas. Gave one of your shirts to a family member. There you go.
Oh wow,
We're
that's like an endorsement from
Yeah,
South.
I'm telling you, Sasquatch. There you go. Anyway, is never let the talent stand alone. And, so how many things, how many activities do you bring in to an event venue as large as that one is, that has the resources it has to bring more people in, because they're coming in for what they're coming in for that thing that they do that's tied to that circle of the homesteading community and tied to that circle of what we do there, that we can bring more people in,
Mhm.
and so I think that's
One of the thoughts that I had, was there are so many separate things like beekeeping, people who like goats, poultry. Um, Believe it or not, ham radio is a
yeah,
thing that I believe, you know, kind of gets into the prepper side of homesteading, and
right,
there's a lot of different uh, interests that are
right,
out there that those circles overlapped. And
yeah,
so, these are some of the things that was in my mind about how we could get in touch with some of those groups and to
right,
see, what was mutually beneficial. But
yeah,
that's just me throwing things against the wall to see what works because I
yeah.
just don't know yet.
I can tell that Dakota and them have been thinking about this.
Yeah,
Demonstrators need to put a deposit on spot to demonstrate refundable when they show up. Got to have something to keep them committed.
right.
And so because if you advertise you're going to have something like sawmill demonstration or anything else, it needs to be there.
That's right. Yeah,
100%.
right.
And that is, um, and that's one of those things I will chime in, be it deposit or whatever. You know, there's making things affordable for a vendor or a demonstrator. I mean, and listen, I'm great. I'm for, but they've got to have skin in the game. They got to have something they're going to lose, and you
Easy to
know,
get in, it's easy to get
get
out.
out. It's right. I mean, somebody will walk away from you know a low amount of money invested if they hear of an opportunity somewhere else or whatever. They'll walk away from it,
Right.
and because they'll write it off. But we've all been to events, and I know Keith and I have, where the vendor fees are and the demonstration fee, those demonstration fees, quite high.
Yeah.
And so you're invested. That's money that's been put down. And if you're like us, good one, Serena, I like that. The um, that money's invested in it. And if you're like us right now, we don't have merchandise and things of that nature that recoups back that money. If we put money down to go somewhere, so if we put money down, it's a commitment. You know,
Yeah.
and so I mean that's but I agree with you, Dakota. I know it's someplace that something that every venue struggles with, but at the same token, some more than others. And I know certain other places, and I won't name them out loud on here, but you back out on them like that, unless it's like a family emergency, it's something like like that, you ain't coming back, and because they won't deal with it. But and it's terrible that it has to be that way. But I agree that there needs to be some skin in the game on their part to make it an investment for them
No.
to be there. Now, the backside of that for us, for the other people on the other side is making sure there's people there to see that. And
Right. Yeah, that's right. And so, I mean, that's kind of where my focus has been. Yeah, I think that what you guys are saying is bad, but there's got to be more. And excuse me for saying it, we got to put more butts in the seat,
yeah,
right? And so, and that's what we talk about off air. About ways to get people interested in what's going on. And part of it is maybe just people just don't know about improper exposure. It could be like,
and that's just an area to work on. I off air commented that that expo center. Um,
yeah,
Ooh, as big as that is, needs to get behind it and start promoting it themselves. And uh, yeah, and and that's I get it, Dakota. Believe me, we understand that comment right there. And um, you know, thank you. I'll say that. Thank you. And I know when you travel with your, wife and kids and everything that you're around, yeah, it's expensive. And, you know, just to share knowledge, you're right. And, but, that venue has a big digital sign. They've got all this stuff out there, and yet I saw nothing. And which they've got a new manager, and he understands promotions. So I'm hoping that's a relationship that'll help grow. But yeah, getting the word out starting now. We've got about 10, 11 months to you know uh, push and promote that and get more people aware of it. Um, you know, and willing to travel, and come down there and be a part of it. And so, anyway, and he almost lost some equipment. Yeah, no kidding. Listen, if anybody had a rough trip
Oh,
to
man,
rendezvous, it was Dakota and Shayla. Man, I mean, holy cow.
that was rough.
Man, I heard about losing that when I was like, wow. Uh, but that was crazy. But anyway, hey, Edward Brayton, good to see you there, buddy. Welcome in. Glad you're with us. And anyway, another person lives a little to the north of us there, and he's part of some of the prepping community and some of that there as well. I know, and they had a big event this year up there, a prepper event, and um, Edward, let me know if it's when you get next year's dates, and I'll make sure I get it in my list, and we talk about it because it's anyway. Let's see, where was I at there? It was close. Huh?
That was a rendezvous.
Yeah.
Wonderful event, wonderful people, wonderful
Uh,
speakers, great vendors. Yeah. So
almost wiped out some people. Yeah, sorry to the people I almost endangered on the highway.
Montana.
Yeah, hey, nobody got hurt. That's at the end of the day,
Yeah.
nobody got hurt.
Thank
So,
you. Well, you heard that on the way home. I think
oh, we had the blowouts.
they have
Yeah, yeah.
blowouts.
Dakota said he was pretty sure that witch doctor put a hex on him. So I don't know.
I think he's talking about. Well,
Yeah, you know.
we know. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who he's talking about. But anyway,
Leave it there.
so, man, all right. I'm just going to go ahead and ask y'all guys that are out there, make a short that shows it all for all to share. Yeah, there's definitely some good video and short stuff that can be. There's a lot of photographs and a lot of video footage, not only from us, but from other people that were photoing and videoing down there as well that are accessible. But yeah, I like that, Trace. That's good. Um, um, what do y'all want to see us talk about on the Farm to Table Show?
On the Farm to Table Show. That
You
is.
know, we do our weekly stuff. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pull that up because I got to read that over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Respectfully to Chris, the presentation schedule should be revised. Reduce the number of simultaneous talks. Start talks at the same time versus staggered, and give gap time for people to browse vendors. Okay. That's
I think that's
hey, Paul Case, what you doing?
what you're doing, Paul.
You missed your peas and carrots partner. She was hanging in here earlier, but so yeah, I mean that's Monty. I mean that's we, I mean we looked at the schedule as well. I mean we were there, and it's one of those things you got to. Even when I talk to the person who runs Ozarks, that's the biggest challenge is the speaker schedule.
Yeah, people have said it all the time. It's just hard to choose where we want to go, but I think each venue is different
Yeah.
in some aspects, but they're the same in other aspects, right?
Right.
And I think that's something that we've definitely heard from people saying, "Man, I just wish that I could make both." And I get trying to solve that problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Your phone is killing me, Petey. But anyway, we could make marketing packs for all demonstrators, volunteers, and vendors to share periodically. I like that idea. I've been driving in the hills and hollers and just got home. Well, I'm glad you made it, Paul Case. I'm glad you made it.
Hills and hollers.
Yeah. That was me earlier. Drove through the hills and the hollers and got home. Do that every day. But anyway, so I'm glad you made it safe, Paul Case. Glad you made it safe. Hope y'all had a good Sunday service and everything today. But I spent my sermon time today. We were talking about Stephen and his martyrdom and stuff today. So
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's good. Good little part. We're going through Acts, and that was a good. That was the next part up, and it was good. But well, bro, I'm looking up there at that clock, and we're closing in on about the last 10 minutes. So, um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead like we normally do on our regular show, and I'm going to go through the upcoming events. And so y'all guys know what we know is happening. Even Oki has issues with having multiple sessions at the
Yeah.
same time. Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah.
everybody's going to struggle with that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Before you do that, get into that, I would like go ahead with that.
Chickens from chickens, coops runs. I am new, and next year is my goal. Okay, okay, but there you go.
Yeah.
Good deal. But
Cool.
yeah, you're right, Robbie. Even I don't care what venue it is. They, like I said, Ozarks trying to there's such a speaker lineup trying to figure out who to put against who. Uh,
Right.
and
Right.
everything. And yeah, Tracy, you will do good. I believe you're good at teaching. So,
Yeah.
bro, where were you going to go before I take off down the?
Yeah. So before we get off into the upcoming events, I'd just like to speak about what we've got coming up
Well, yeah, give us
this
that. What do
week.
we got coming up this week?
Right. So I'm backing off to Tuesday and Thursday release on our regular videos this week. And we're going to be breaking down some of Jack Bauer's. I'm Zach Bauer's Jack. I've got Jack on my mind. Zach Bauer's interview that we had at Ozarks. And so not sure exactly which ones I'm going to pull out of there, but I'm going to pull a couple of ones that I think that I think will play well, that you guys would be really interested in there. Not exactly sure what next Saturday's topic is going to be. I'm going to kind of let current events guide me, or maybe I will let some of the information that Zach Bauer is talking about guide us as to where we go. Kind of trying to keep it, if we can, into a theme for the week, and that's what we did last week. And I thought it worked out well. And so, yeah, that's what we got. What you writing on there?
I'm writing down Edward's thing, May 5 through the 10th. Bloom. I'm writing down that because I can go online and find it because I know where that's at. But West Campground, Clinton Lake, Lawrence, Kansas. Man,
6th of what day?
May 5th through the
Oh,
10th.
5th through I see it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me-
And folks, I would encourage you, the Midwest Preparedness Project, go out and check that out. It's on Facebook and everything, and you can check that out. And I think you can search Google it. But either way, Midwest Preparedness Project, it's a group of people that are prepared. That's exactly what it says, preparedness. Many of them homestead, prepping, that type of thing. And it's a group that they have up in Kansas. And anyway, definitely worth checking out. Okay, I got it all wrote down. All right, I'm good.
There's that, but then we got further things.
Yeah, we do. We got more down there. I know.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got Paul Case. What do you say?
Right there.
Anti-Death Cooperative Program and Unity and Shared the Gospel on the Cooperative Program and Unity Share. 30-year-old young lady saved today. Praise the Lord. Awesome. Awesome stuff. That's a good deal. All right. What do we got here from you and me? Who's clicking? Anyway, Shayla was saying many of the vendors could be replaced with vendor demonstrators, stuff like soaps. If you're going to sell soaps, you can demonstrate and make small batches while you were there. Yeah, it's interesting.
There. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And let's see, anything like sourdough bread, you really need an entire class. Just sell some bread, show people how to maintain as a culture as they walk by and have questions. I don't know. It does seem to be a class that, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it has been something that's been in demand in places, of that. But I don't know. Again, though, I think I think you're right that having the vendors be and demonstrations, if they're set up to do. I agree. That's a way to have things going on, a lot of activities at the vendor booths and stuff like that can go on, throughout the day. Got to drop. Good to see you. Chat with everyone. All right, Monty. Take care, buddy. Have a good week, and we'll see you soon, man. Uh, oh, oh want to talk about what we're talking about? That was my idea. I didn't type quick. uh, and let's see. Uh, for you to talk about.
Okay, was
Let's see. Okay, I don't know. I'm trying to go back and see what.
going up far enough there. Starting with chickens from chickens.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I am new, and next year is my goal.
Oh, okay. All
Okay,
right.
so talking about what to talk about at
Yeah, I think on our show,
on our show.
chickens,
Hmm.
chickens from chickens. Okay.
Okay, write that down.
Coops. I am. See if I can remember to write it legibly enough. Coops runs. I am new, and next year is my goal.
This sounds like a Jack Dyer episode.
No kidding.
I
Uh,
mean, it could be Robbie too. You
um,
know,
next year, I ran out of room. Next year is my goal. Well, I'm gonna have fun trying to read that later. But anyway, okay. So there we go. I think we're caught up. Okay. I enjoyed the sourdough class. One of the few I made it to. Okay. Talk about that was my idea. Didn't have okay. All right. Yeah. Anytime we get into chickens, we have to reach out. The gateway drug. But I tell you what, the more I've learned about layers versus meat birds. Um, okay, Greg said, "What if there were larger, longer trainings for extra fee?" Um, a lot of places do the workshops and that type of thing where you can come in and it's a little more hands-on. It costs separate fee to go to and that type of thing. So
you
that
know, something, bro, that that occurred to me is like I would really love to reach out to um, our friends right down the road, Refuge Medical
oh, absolutely, yeah,
trainings, right?
yeah. Of course, they don't work weekends, so Friday is like the only day they're yeah,
That, yeah,
yeah. But I mean, but yeah, I think things like that where you have a complete have a good training. Yeah, maybe come in on Thursday if those who want to come in the day before, and
like an earlier
yeah, I know that's what others have done that day
be wrapping
before,
it up on
the
Friday,
day before the event, kind
right?
of thing.
Yeah,
So
special class.
right. So may have to look in something like that. Bro, I'm looking at that clock, and if we're gonna get through things, I gotta go. Like the whole hog butchering class first year at Okie. Really enjoyed that class. Yeah, we see those a lot. Brandon Shear does a real good job with that class, and well, seen his. He's been there several places. We've seen his demonstration, and yeah,
Yeah, and Luke Doherty.
Luke Doherty Trailers.
I wonder if he's going to have that trailer at Okie this year.
I don't know. I hope so.
Man, I'd love him to be able to show it at
Oh, I know it. That thing is awesome. But
Woods
yeah,
trailer.
Doherty trailers. Anyway, so real quick, I'm going to buzz through because we're about 3 minutes left on our time. I know we could go over, but I'm trying not to tonight. 2 minutes. Anyway, okay. So Brandon, let's see. At Okie was who did the Brandon Sheard is who did it at Okie and at Ozarks. Anyway, Louisiana Homesteader Conference this coming week. Actually, what is today's date? Next weekend. Yeah, next weekend, October 17th and 18th, Bossier City, Louisiana. So anybody down in the Cajun land, they can go there, Bossier City. That's put on by the LSU Ag Extension. That's the last event. Hand Hewn Farms did it. Okay, Hand Hewn Farms. Okay, so they got a private car. They got a thing going there. Okie, that's the last thing I have on the event for this year. Is it's that Homesteader Conference in Louisiana. That's all I've got on my list. Starting off the first of the year, Okie Homestead Expo, March 20th and 21st, 2026, Mays County Fairground in Pryor, Oklahoma. You can find them on .com, OkieHomesteadExpo.com, and also on Facebook to check more out about that. 10 Killer YouTube Meetup, Lake 10 Killer, Oklahoma, April 17th through the 19th. That's going to be coming up. That was a great time last year. Central Arkansas Homestead Conference, April 17th through the 18th. Conway Expo Center, Conway, Arkansas. You can go on to centralarhomesteading.com for more information on that. This is a first year event, and they are still they're still putting everything together, but I do know they're going to have Joel Salatin as the headline speaker, and there's some other people that they've told me off offline, if you will, off air, that they're working on buttoning things up with. And I know that I don't think I'd be hurting to say our friend Dwayne Hall and Pat Cotton, we're meeting with him today for lunch. So
Good.
So that will be a good event there in Central Arkansas. Mid America YouTube meetup, Lake Texoma, Oklahoma, May 15th to the 17th. Mike and Terry with MT Homestead are heading that one up. The 10 Killer, of course, Chris and Amy with Leonard Mountain. They work with that, but Johnny and Christine Gillum, Gillum Farms, they're the ones that spearhead that, along with Jesse and Lisa with Lazy Days Ahead. Anyway, Modern Homesteading Conference in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, June 26th and 27th. And, of course, Ozarks Homesteading Expo, September 4th and 5th, Marshfield, Missouri. And then, rounding out the year of what I have so far, Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, September 25th and 26th at the Southeast Expo Center in McAllister, Oklahoma. So that's the upcoming events. Dakota's last comment said, thinking of bringing, let's see what he said, thinking of bringing some different welding options that could charge for extended lessons. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, something there for you. Well, guys, man, it's already 9:00. We got to get out of here. Let everybody go to bed. But anyway, us too. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging with us. And thanks for all the comments in the chat and all the shares and everything. Yeah.
And remember, next week will be Red Dirt Rooster Road coming back into this slot. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows that.
Yeah. And special, glad that Monty and Michelle were able to take a couple of weeks and hang with family and do some things. But looking forward to them being back in this slot. But anyway, so that's their normal. We'll be back on next Sunday at 8 with them. So that's a wrap on the Farm to Table Show. Thanks for joining us as we strive towards building stronger communities for now and in the future. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you're not already, subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. It is the best way to stay connected and help grow the conversation about food, freedom, and community. Until next time, keep your roots deep and your vision growing. Good food and freedom starts with great people just like you. Remember, we are #Stronger Together, #Connect and Grow, #Think Outside the Big Box Store Shop Local, and #Tablers Unite. And I'm sure we'll have more to add to that later. But anyway, listen, folks, as you go through life this week, be a blessing to someone. Even a smile can make someone's day. And as we close every episode of the Farm to Table Show, prepare for the unexpected and
keep it local.
All right. Awesome. Everybody have a great week. Hank, take it away.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.